Geelark can spin up hundreds of cloud phones in cloud trons and minutes. Cloud.one cannot is but cloud runs real Samsung handsets on real Singtel Starhawk M1 SIMs in Singapore. For TikTok or Instagram accounts that need to look real, that's the line. Geelark is ARM-based cloud phone instances out of standard data centers with optional residential proxy add-ons. Cloud is real Android phones in a Singapore facility on real local mobile carrier SIMs. Both let you control phones over the web. Only one passes a real device check. One mentions three things. 1. Where Geelark genuinely wins. 2. Where Cloud.one wins for Singapore-sensitive ops. 3. A clear verdict table by use case. One version body. What they have in common. What they have in common. Before the differences, the overlap is real. Both ship web dashboards to control multiple Android phones. Both have ADB access for automation. Both do multi-account management for social platforms. Both stream screens and support remote control. Both have snapshot, reset, and provisioning features. Both expose the APIs for scripted workflows. If you only need Android phone in the cloud with no specific geography or fingerprint requirement, either works. What would they do after? Where Geelark or AR advertisers penalty GT and yet show capitalist hundreds of power phones in minutes. Cloud.one is hardware bound, so capacity is finite by design. If you need 500 phones for QA testing tomorrow, Geelark is the answer. Wrong price per phone at the low ends. Geelark's entry tier is cheaper if you only need a generic cloud Androids. Virtualization beats hardware on per unit cost when scale is the goal. The title favorite, global geo coverage via proxies. You can attach proxies from anywhere on Geelark. Cloud is Singapore first by design and the SIM is baked into the phone. Gain the brand awareness. Geelark is the more visible name in 2026. Easier to find tutorials, YouTube content, third-party guides. If your use case is give me cheap Android instances anywhere with bring your own proxy, Geelark wins. Where Cloud wins, where Cloud wins. Real Singapore mobile IPs. Every phone uses an actual SG carrier SIM, Singtel, M1 or Starhawk. These are not residential proxies bolted on. The IP is the real connection. Real device fingerprints, real IMEI, real build props, real sensor data. Anti-detection systems treat them as real phones because they are real phones. Play integrity, safety net, both pass. World carrier level trust. SG mobile IPs carry far higher trust scores than data center IPs with proxy headers. Social platforms, app networks, fraud systems treat them differently. On TikTok or Instagram, the gap shows up at warm-up. Each phone is a physical device, no shared kernel, no virtualization artifacts, nothing for a fraud SDK to detect at the hypervisor layer, support that knows the hardware. If a phone has a SIM problem, the Cloud NAM package next to the rack. Warm-up pricing reality. Cloud is not the cheapest per phone. It cannot be. Real hardware, real SIMs, real Singapore, real estate. You're paying for the moat. Geelark's pricing scales down with virtualized capacity. If you need 500 phones for QA, the math favors Geelark. If you need 10 to 50 phones that survive aggressive anti-bot detection, the Cloud math wins. One banned TikTok account that earns $500 a month is worth more than the cost difference between products. Out with verdict by use case. Use case, better fit. Xerxes, M0, bulk cheap Android instances for QA testing. Geelark, airdrop or crypto farming with strict anti-detection called Unxian. Affiliate marketing with SG-specific offers called One. Generic app automation, no geo requirement, Geelark. Add verification of SG mobile inventory, called trons, Diagrefication of SG mobile inventory, called the will, bonds, and all has been compatible 500 concurrent Android instances, Geelark. Overhead operators run both Geelark for testing and bulk work, called for the production accounts that actually carry revenue, what neither one does, what Wurigis both optimatical analytica, the one scope of the production accounts that actually carry revenue, what neither one does. Both providers refuse OTP as a service style flows. SMS verification renting is a different business model and illegal in Singapore for Cloud specifically. On Geelark, you can technically receive SMS on your own SIM, but it's a separate add-on. If SMS verification renting is your goal, look elsewhere. That's not what either tool is for. The Geelark residential proxy add-on. Still, I want to address this directly because the question comes up. Geelark lets you attach residential proxies for any country, including Singapore. Is that the same as Cloud setup? Correctly. No, residential proxies share network range with consumer ISPs. SG mobile IPs come from Singapore mobile carrier ranges registered to the carrier ASN. Detection systems treat these very differently. A residential proxy on Geelark in front of an ARM cloud phones still has the underlying ARM kernel reporting as virtual, and the IP layer doesn't fix that. No, if your destination platform checks at the device layer, an ARM instance with a residential proxy fails before the IP is even evaluated. Cloud.one offers a free 1-hour trial on a real Singapore phone, no card. You can SSH and run ADB commands, check the IP yourself, run play integrity. Decide if the difference is worth it for your stack. Spin it up at cloudf.one. On a paid plan, use YT30 for 30% off month 1. If your use case is bulk QA, stay on Geelark. It's the right tool for that workload. If your accounts depend on looking like a real Singapore mobile user, the real device is the only thing that gets you there. Hope this helped. Subscribe. Next video we go after BlueStacks, the most installed emulator on the planet, and where it breaks for serious mobile ops.